Welcome to my world, the world of a medical laboratory scientist. Health is wealth, knowledge is power. Today's topic is Chikungunya menace. The word Chikungunya is something that one finds so Chinese in sound. To me, because that was my first opinion when I read about the virus. Though the virus has been in existence since 1952 when it was discovered. It's not different from infections that are transmitted or pathogens that are transmitted from vectors, mosquitoes. But this time it is the Aedes mosquitoes that transmit this virus. The virus is now more virulent, and if you look from the experience of COVID, you will find out that the COVID was not as virulent. Coronaviruses were not as virulent until COVID-19 experience. Now, the same fear is being entertained because Chikungunya virus is more from the Chinese province now, from the story we are hearing that it is now ravaging a particular area in China, and is being contained so that it will not become another pandemic. But the truth about it is that it's not supposed to be that virulent if one goes by the knowledge of mosquitoes transmitted pathogens like malaria. That's a parasite being transmitted. You will be surviving it for so many years. The same thing, these yellow fever. Although yellow fever was very dangerous, but we survived it. Zika, and now we are now talking of chikungunya. What is so important about this latest menace is that chikungunya is becoming more virulent. More people are being affected, and if it should come to less developed areas, countries that are not well prepared for it, the damage, the virulence that is being expressed now, which may not be unconnected with when we are trying to tamper with nature in itself, it's something that one should be worried about. So I would talk more on this virus so that we can get more exposure to know it before it starts happening. The same way of control is almost perfect for the control of the chikungunya. The same control for malaria parasites, where you're talking of how to control the mosquitoes, the vectors, is also very perfect for these Aedes mosquitoes. But we need to find a slide section so that I can express myself better and we can understand it more. So join me in the slide section as I expose you to more. The outline: objective, introduction, lab diagnosis, and prevention and control. The objective: to expose the basis of the chikungunya virus in order to reduce unnecessary anxieties and prepare the people for what the disease experience may look like. The introduction: chikungunya virus was first discovered in 1952 following an outbreak in Tanzania, Africa. The virus was isolated from the blood of febrile patients and from mosquitoes in the Makonde Plateau region. The name Chikungunya is derived from the Kimakonde language, meaning to become contorted, referring to the severe joint pain characteristics of the disease. It is caused by a ribonucleic acid virus that belongs to the alpha virus genus of the family Togaviridae. Virus either has one RNA or one DNA. It doesn't have the two. The first local mosquito-transmitted chikungunya cases in the Americas were reported in late 2013, after which large outbreak occurs affecting most of the countries in the region. Chikungunya has now been reported in over 110 countries in Asia Africa, the Americas, and Europe. Yeah, this is the picture of the mosquito that transmits that virus. It is Aedes aegypti or the Arbopitus type, because the Arbopitus could withstand the temperate condition, colder weather. That's why you find them now spreading to cold regions of the world. Chicks is transmitted to human by the bites of infected female mosquitoes, most commonly Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. These two species can also transmit other viruses, including dengue, Zika virus, yellow fever. They bite primarily during daylight hour, and there may be peak of activity in the early morning and late night, unlike mosquitoes that bite during the night. So you will know when, and you can also identify them because of that stripe, the white stripe that you find on their leg, the bands. Yes, this is a live diagram of the life cycle of this Chikungunya virus. If the mosquito bites and feed on a person that is already infected and carries the blood in its saliva to the abdomen, where it now multiplies. That is where what is called the extrinsic infection of that virus. And once it gets to the stage that is adequate enough, it goes to infect by biting another person and releasing the through his saliva the virus, which will now incubate in the next host, the next person, and multiply. From it moves from the area of bite up to the gut, and then finally the bloodstream, where it multiplies enough and is now ready to be taken by another mosquito. Then the mother, there is the vertical transmission that could happen with mother and fetus. The humans are the primary host of this virus, and the transmission continues just like that. The mosquito bite to humans. Now let's talk about the morbidity and mortality. Though chicks is not highly virulent in terms of causing the high fatality is not that recorded, but with the change in virulence as is happening, one don't know how virulent it will eventually become. So the virulence is dependent on viral protein, the E2, and its interaction with the host. Mutation of this E2 could also cause serious problem of identification by the immune system. So the E2 can affect viral replications, cell-to-cell spread, and the severity of the disease. Factors like age, underlying conditions like diabetes and hypertension, and the presence of other infection can influence the severity. And like I had earlier said, maternal fetal transmission can occur, and it can affect that baby, causing a serious high morbidity. The mortality rate is generally low, estimated around 0.32% for normal risk population. The laboratory diagnosis. Blood samples are collected during the first week of illness because, like I explained earlier, once the virus starts multiplying, it amplifies itself and it starts bringing out the symptom. It's that symptom that will inform the first week. So, using tests such as reverse transcriptase polymerase PCR and ELISA, the antibody levels are typically detectable by the first week after illness onset and can still be detected for about 2 months. Laboratory confirmation is very crucial for accurate diagnosis. It should be reported to local health departments for effective control of the spread. Now, finally, prevention and control. Prevention is just like we do for mosquitoes, preventing the mosquito from breeding or from surviving. Preventing of bites using nets, staying indoors or using repellent, destruction of larvae of that mosquito, draining of swampy areas, just like it allows the growth once there is a stagnant pool. Destruction of adult mosquito with spray. There are currently 2 chikungunya vaccines that have received regulatory approval in several countries and or have been recommended for use in population at risk, but the vaccines are not yet widely available nor in widespread use. WHO and external experts advisors are reviewing vaccines trial and post-marketing data in the context of global chikungunya epidemiology to inform possible recommendation for use. This is just what we need to know, that once the virus establishes itself, it starts seriously causing serious arthritis, and these are the symptoms you see: fever, just all those things, muscle ache, and those things. But by the time you are able to prevent the mosquito this Aedes from establishing itself in your locality, you will surely be preventing the spread of AIDS.